Hello, how is everyone doing today? Welcome to the REAPER.BLOG Community Power Hour, which is totally different than what we did last year. The ad was so exciting I forgot to hit skip. Well, if you like that ad, here's another. Yeah, we're just gonna take a couple minutes to absorb some coffee. Starting a bit earlier than normal, or than we did last year, but yeah, I mean, YouTube says that 9 a.m. is better than 9:30 for some reason. So in the chat so far, we've got Will, Davi, Synchrotron, Andy, Audio Sound Doctor from Kosovo. Wow. Viral Beats is here, and Joe Clark is here. So we're going to talk about some of the new gear that I got at Christmas time. We will talk about some new scripts that came out around Christmas and January. And yeah, and I want to know, like, what's up with you guys? What new gear did you get? Did you do anything new and exciting? Any great experiences? Plugins you're excited about? Software in the music production space that I might not have known about? I haven't really, I'll be honest, I haven't really been paying much attention to that kind of stuff. Nothing's been really exciting to me, but yeah, I mean, NAMM is happening right now, so there's a ton of announcements just from today and earlier this week. I got a few of them saved, and I will bring those up in a bit. So, yeah, let's see if Jason arrives today. Pedro's here. Welcome. Andy, you're planning on doing a live album. Nice. Lots of prep work, I'm sure. You'll probably record that album 15 times at least to get the good one. Robert, welcome. Who recently switched to Reaper or is learning Reaper as of January? I'd like to know. If you guys didn't see, Kenny dropped like 10 new videos this week or something like that. Quite a lot. A lot of the stuff that I wanted to put into a new course this year, but it doesn't mean I can't, but just the inspiration to do it is quickly diminished by the fact that it's out there and free. Javier, welcome. Yeah, so let's just get started with a bit of like new stuff. Where's that thing?
Behold my stuff.
Another new bass. I have no explanation for this. It was basically a good deal. My wife was, hit favorite on it, hit watch on it on Reverb, and the seller offered her a discount, and she's like, "Nah, I shouldn't." And he's like, "Come on," literally, just come on, and she bought it. So this is a, what do you call it? Squire, I think it's called the Paranormal Rascal, something like that. It's a brand new 2023 model, which combines like a Jaguar, short scale bass. I don't know. It's just a Frankenstein, but it's got this sparkle black finish. A bit hard to see. Let's go to overhead camera. A bit of a fingerprint magnet, but you can see that there's some sparkle there. Really interesting bridge piece from like a Jaguar style. Dual humbuckers, Trying not to knock over my coffee. Dual humbuckers is pretty unique for a Fender. This is more of like a, I think somebody said this is the best Gibson bass that they don't make. It's pretty unique. It's a Frankenstein bass. Great fretwork right from the factory. There was only one issue. It was like mint, new in box. We opened it up on Christmas Day, and some paint fell out at the back of the body. I'll try to. I have some pictures I can show you. So that happened right out of the box. I had like removed the flaking bits basically, but yeah, not great. So I tried to repair it, and so instead of a gaping hole where there's a wood visible, my repair is not perfect, but I mean you can see it. It's filled in with super glue and a coating of some sparkly what do you call it? Nail polish. I just need to like buff it. The main thing is that it's not going to get worse from the cracks. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool new bass. I'm happy with it. I wasn't expecting another bass, but this is the one that arrived in our last stream, I think. So I have 11 guitars now, and my son has a 12th guitar. It's overkill. It's seriously overkill. It's more than I need. But I do like them all. All right. And yeah, just in case you couldn't see a full picture of it, there's the full picture. Pretty unique looking bass. What else? Oh yeah, I got a bunch of pedals. We might play with them today. So the Nightwire from Earthquaker Devices. Which is a 3-mode, it's a harmonic tremolo, but it's kind of unique in the fact that you can set the rate based on intensity, like an envelope follower. The frequency can also be set by envelope follower, LFO, or manually controlled. So harmonic tremolo is a bit like a filter and a volume adjustment at the same time. But with this one, they actually move at different times, in a way. Pretty cool. I got this little mini foot fuzz, I think it's called. A mini fuzz pedal, which is pretty neat. Sounds pretty interesting on synth. That's from JHS. And also, probably the most expensive one is the Strymon Flint, which is a reverb and a 3-mode tremolo. So I got 2 tremolos for Christmas. I didn't have any before. And I'm still kind of looking for another one that has a control that goes from sine wave up to square and everything in between. This has a 1961 harmonic tremolo, 63 tube, and 65 photo mode. So optical tremolo. So sort of 3 different sounds on it. But yeah, very nice. And it's got 3 modes of spring reverb. Very good sounding pedal. I would recommend it, but it is pretty pricey. I don't even want to look up how much it costs. Mono or stereo operation, expression pedal, Yeah, very good piece of kit. I think that's it for pedals and music gear. Pretty sure. No new camera stuff, except I got this like arm for the GoPro, which makes it a little bit better. It doesn't really eliminate all of the issues that I had. That GoPro is probably the worst thing I bought last year. If I had a list. The best thing is probably the Poly D, and the worst thing would be that GoPro. Even over the stuff that was broken, or like, you know, just non-functional when I got it. The GoPro is like supposed to be so good, and it's just been so frustrating to use. So how about you guys? Who got some new gear? Anyone? Anyone buy new guitar, new pedals, new synths? I know Andy's buying new stuff all the time. Any new modular stuff? New and interesting? Yeah, well, Kenny's got so many videos, I can't keep up. Viral, you know the pain. It's so frustrating to get footage off of the GoPro. Or, you know, it's just a pain in general. I don't get it. It's like, how are you getting on with the Mavis? I think you had some trouble when you first got it. Yeah, for me, I kind of stick to a single patch. The main thing that I think is really important to do with the Mavis is put on larger knobs for the pitch and LFO rate. That makes a huge difference in getting it in tune. But yeah, this is the patch that I generally keep it on right now, which I believe is making the LFO. LFO is controlling, the rate is controlled by the attenuator. Attenuator is getting the VCO. VCO out. So this pitch is controlling this LFO offset by the attenuator. The cutoff is controlled by the keyboard CV. So like, what's that called? Filter pitch control. There's a term for that. I can't remember what it's called. It's not labeled on my Poly D. It just says keyboard control. You know what I mean? But essentially it's the LFO rate is controlled by the pitch of the oscillator. So it's super fast, which makes the cutoff filter self-oscillate at oscillate at audio rates. And so it generates like an additional oscillator. It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's look that up. Never find my tables for it. Okay, let's go over to Reaper. Oh, I didn't even have Reaper open today. Still on Discord. All right, we're on input. This input. I thought it was that input. Turned up. Of course, I don't have a camera over there. Of course I don't. Will it reach? No, it won't reach. Okay, one sec. All right, so Moog Mavis. And I'll mute. So I like when you can get those sort of aliasing kinds of effects. It's hard to explain. So the oscillators, or the cutoff, the filter is moving so fast that it creates another oscillator. So it's opening and closing very fast. That creates a buzz. It's simple, but I love that sort of thing. My the headphone cable for my Verums broke, so I'm back to the HD 600 or 650 or whatever this model is. I gotta remember to block off my time slot here so I don't get a call in the middle of this. All right, I'm unavailable until 2 p.m. So we can go as long as you guys want, as long as this is interesting. You just realized you're way behind on the video. It's fine. I was replying to you much later anyways. It is the cheapest Moog. Imagine that echoing off the public restroom walls. I think it's a it's a pretty fun little synth. Definitely needs effects. It really comes to life when you've got some distortion on it, when you've got some reverb on it. I posted some clips on the Discord in the past week or two of my Poly D going through the Big Muff and into the Nightwire, and that's pretty fun to play with, for sure. All right, let's talk about some news in the audio industry. So this was just announced today. Zoom Essential Series. There's a new H1, H4, and H6, and they have 32-bit audio. So it seems that they don't have that rubberized grip that was terrible, and I've complained about it multiple times on streams. So more shiny plastic, I think. Color screen for some reason. Yeah. The Zoom H1 it's a 2-in, 2-out with built-in XY microphone. 120 dB of, what do you call it? Sensitivity. And it's got a 3.5 millimeter mic or line input for lavalier microphones, or a 3.5 millimeter output for routing to cameras. There's a marker button for reference points. Awesome. That's something that's really missing from the F series. F3. That's what I have. That's missing a marker button. You need the Bluetooth module and the app on your phone to put in a marker during recording. Pretty annoying. The H4 is probably a 4-in. Line input, XLR, right? Yeah, XLR TRS, and 32-bit, 130 dB SBL maximum volume, maximum input level, and compatible with Bluetooth adapter. And the H6 gives you 4 XLR TRS inputs. Next generation capsule system, whatever that means. I guess they've got a new like detachable capsule. If you didn't know, like the the H series, H4 and H6 have removable heads that you could H5 and H6, you could remove the head and swap in like a shotgun microphone, XY, mid-side microphones. Pretty cool. They're probably very similar pricing to the current line, maybe a little bit higher price because of the 32-bit recording. But yeah, nice little update. Up next, this was announced beginning of January. If any Soundly users that have a Stream Deck, there's now a layout you can download. It's got all the buttons and all the functions already built. Maybe you actually do need to get to buy the icons. But anyways, there's a thing here, and I will I'll get you the links to that in the chat. Not that I want you leaving, but just for reference, these things. So any Soundly users can make a Stream Deck profile from this video, or from this blog post. Mix Sequencer, I did a video on this a week ago. It's already been updated a couple times since then. It's now in Repack, so instead of downloading a zip file from the forum, you'll be getting your Repack repository link and then importing that into Repack. So I'm going to update my Repack right now. Actually made a button on my toolbar for that. I love that. I feel like I'm off to the side for some reason. I feel like, I don't know, my camera moved or something. Yeah, Stream Deck's great. I wouldn't be able to do streaming without the Stream Deck. All right, so Mix Sequencer has been updated several times. Yeah, so let's, I also wanted to show you, oh, well, okay, we're getting off topic. So there's, he's redone the UI of the script, so it looks a little bit different, and he's going to change some things again. There's going to be, instead of having a scalable size, it's going to be, well, scalable in, I don't know, with the code changing the appearance, he's going to generate, I don't know, 4 or 5 different sizes of images that will be swapped out as needed. So, yeah, let's bring that up. And to bring that up, I'm going to be using the new NVK search. And this is a new script that came out for free right around Christmas, maybe the 23rd. But you can search effects, chains, track templates, actions, projects, tracks, takes, regions, markers, folder items, possibly more. And so if I'm looking for an action, I press A and then space, and now my search window is only showing actions. And if I want to go back, I press escape once and it takes me back to searching everything. So I'll press A, space, and then I'm looking for Mix Sequencer. I can see it right there. Press enter, and Mix Sequencer is loaded up. All right, so it looks a little different than in the last video about this, but it should work basically the same. You can change the length of the steps. You can change, you can add new patterns. You can add additional tracks to the sequencer. You can drag and drop WAV files to the sequencer. And once you have a track loaded with samples, then you can make a beat and stuff. So let's replace track pattern track 1 with the kick drum here, and then do this snare, do this closed hat and open hat and clap. I think one thing I didn't show was reorganizing the tracks. You can organize them by dragging them here in the list. You know, dragging tracks normally will reflect in the sequencer. There was also a keyboard shortcut for that, I think. Yeah, you could swap them. It's actually working a lot better in this version. It was very slow before. It was so confusing. So that's an Alt up down for that. So closed hat I want there. Right. So let's make a little pattern, I guess. So the MIDI, oh, there's the MIDI. The MIDI note didn't get put where I thought it was going to be. There it is. Yeah, let's just make this a 16 steps. So left click to add a note, right click to delete a note. And then I'll loop this. Adjust the volumes adjust the pan. And I just noticed that if you right click, there's things like cloning, filling. So I'm pretty sure these are all new. I don't remember ever right clicking before. So every 8 steps looks like this. Every 2. Yeah. Cool. You can randomize the pitch. So it's very similar to what I showed before. It's just a different kind of UI system. He rebuilt it when he, basically like a day or 2 after I made the video. All right, looking at the chat for a bit. NVK is handy. It's updated often. Vlad asks, do you know why the crossfade move icon doesn't appear in Reaper 7 unless I zoom in pretty much into it? I was able to see it at any zoom level in Reaper 6. Okay, so I think there is a setting for that. Item fade defaults. I don't think it's that. I think it's this setting here. Prevent editing fade in out when item is less than X number of pixels or X number of pixels tall. I think these might have changed, or these are new. And there's also the show crossfade handles and things like that. So I would recommend checking that out. Other than that, I don't think there's any situation where they would be hidden otherwise. Hopefully that helps. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I could choke the sample, but I don't think you can. I think on separate tracks you can't. .117.002. That's the tempo. Oh, wrong input. Plugged in. All right, so, oh, what'd I press? What'd I do there? Hold on the HDMI cable, there we go. All right, so, Big Muff. Oh, monitor enabled. something like that. I don't know. All right, so let's show Reaper. No, show Reaper. I'm going to turn on. Oh, something's happening there. Okay. Run during playback off. Count in before recording. 2 measures. All right, let's. Oh, that's a weird bug. What happened there? All right, well, there's a bug, Arthur, if you're here. If you're watching later. That's a really weird bug. I don't know how to fix this problem now. Maybe without the script running? Okay, I'll go up to bar 17. And we'll come back to editing. That's pretty rough. Hey Bear, welcome. Marshall's here. John Bird's here. I will come back to the comments in a bit. Without the pedal, without the distortion on the Behringer, it sounds like this. You can barely hear it. It's pretty quiet. So adding a lot of gain from the distortion. Add cable maybe? Tell me this cable went bad. All right, so and then the big muff. Turns it into like a absolute. I had it on unison. That's why there was overlapping notes. Okay, so all right, the second half was definitely better than the first, so I'll just get rid of that. And bring that to there, and then duplicate that. The self-noise on that, though. All right, drum's a bit loud. Delete track 1. So I'm going to clone this track without duplicating the audio. Let's also save this project. Give me a name for this project. I like Davi's groovy 80 IES. And I will move all the media there. Okay. And let's record on this. Try to hopefully this entire camera doesn't fall down on me today, because it's partially like, yeah, it's like a quarter turn loosened. Why don't I? All right, so that's what I was looking for. I want the filter cutoff to be controlled by the LFO. I had it on the wrong source before in the modulation matrix. So when it's on this setting, OSC4, that's this one. And if I blend in the LFO, which is set to the square shape, so get like a more complex waveform for the filter. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just kind of copy this an octave higher. I don't think that was right. But I don't know if that was right, but strange. Oh, that's selector track. Okay. What's the name of the drum sequencer? It's Mix Sequencer, MC Sequencer. Set up by Marshall. I'm confused what your question was. Just send through MIDI output to an aux channel and record MIDI. I don't know. I don't know what that's referring to. And John Bird had a question. A bassist sent me a stem that was improperly gain staged and the strings sounded old. Can I convert his bass audio wave to MIDI for use in a virtual instrument plugin? Yeah, I would see if just adding some EQ, adding some like transient shaping can improve the sound of the bass. It's likely that it was old strings. Um, yeah, Reaper doesn't natively really do pitch detection. Melodyne is kind of what everyone likes the most for that sort of stuff. I don't. I haven't used it in years, so I can't say if it actually is good. But it was always sort of hit or miss for me. But yeah, that is a thing you can do. You can convert audio to MIDI and replace that with a virtual instrument. But it may be simpler just to play it on a keyboard as well, or to record it again. If you have a bass, maybe you can play it again. I don't know. I think for a musician, having your part replaced, it's being replaced by MIDI is one thing, being replaced by another player is another thing. I don't know. It's all kind of insulting, but yeah, just I don't know. I don't have any recommendation for that, but I have replayed people's parts on mixes in some events, in some situations. I've needed to replace notes from their guitar with my guitar, things like that. In the mix, when it's all DIs, you can't tell. Okay. Okay. All right, so it needs a fill. So we're gonna open up Mix Sequencer. We're gonna add in. Oh, the pattern broke again. Oh, my pattern length got moved to 15 instead of 16. It's refusing to stay on 16. There's a bug, I guess. That's frustrating. Yeah, I was hoping to showcase all the new stuff, but there's still some bugs. All right, well. Will it work now? 16. Okay. Turn group back on. Yeah. Each time I duplicate, it gets shorter. All right. Well, all right. Well, how about we take pattern 1, we duplicate to new pattern. Oh, and then it broke again. This is a bit frustrating. Yeah, it's just refusing to cooperate. It will be good one day, but yeah. Ash, I mean, it could be like in the noise floor, very low, or it's like it sounds distorted, but it's quiet. Yeah, I don't know. I will report the bugs later today. Okay, so we've got a pattern, and I wanted a unique one here. So let's just go to do just a little lazy snare roll, I guess. Wait, that kick. Yeah, that's all I wanted. And let's do that. And these two I will color. Where's my color bar? Yeah, I think because so much of the UI has been updated, there's a bunch of new bugs that have come out. Just I think it took 3 versions before I could even like run it after switching to Repack, and he rebuilt it. Yeah, it'll be good one day. It kind of needs to get back up to fixing all the bugs that were in the original release, plus working in the new release, and then you can add new features. So things like being able to split, what do you call it, like more subdivisions of the groups, and rolls or ratchets, and what are the other things? I've barely even touched like swing and offset and stuff like that. Okay. Probably not going to be able to get the sequencer. Something I always struggle with the Poly D is getting the tempo to match Reaper and stuff like that. Anytime I use it, it's like locked. It's locked to the project and like the wrong subdivision. Or every time I press play, the sequencer starts, and yeah, that's always a bit frustrating, but that's I guess. I don't know. All right. Anything else? What do I mean, this is sort of just like a chorus. Right? This sort of feels like a chorus. Can I glue these? Yeah, let's glue these. And let's shove these over to here. Danny Gable's here. Hello, welcome. Take me forever to get through this second coffee. I switched to instead of doing French press or immersion brewing, I switched to espresso. So I'm doing double shot espressos. And often I just drink the espresso with a bit of cream and sugar, or an Americano, and that's what I have now. And 3 of those is still less caffeine or less coffee, less liquid than the 2 coffees that I was drinking before. So, but that whole espresso maker coffee making thing is a cult that I'm refusing to get sucked into. But I did buy some upgrades. All right. Yeah, what are we doing next? Need to make this not feel like a make this not feel like a what do you call it? Great. Yeah, this is not working at all today. All right, so I'll just, oops. Oh, that's what's happening. That sort of feels like an intro. And then these will dupe. All right. Unfortunately, I've changed the tone of the instrument completely. That's not it. I don't know what else to do. Let me turn on this other instrument. See if I can get something going on the Korg. Chords are hard. I think this is already sounding better. I think I can figure something out. The stress of actually having to record it, though. Can I handle it? I need some feedback, guys. Give me a direction. We can do anything you want to do. This show isn't for me to show off. I'm making myself available to answer Reaper questions. So, yeah, we're just passing time until questions come in, really. I think that was perfect. All right, so this other section. Probably wrong. Needs a synth comet flying through the sound, if you catch my meaning. Yeah, yeah, let's, I dig that. Let's do this track, and okay, init pad. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I guess I don't even need to record it in context. I'll just get a sample of it. And then copy that from the sampler. Good old global sampler. One in there. Oops. One there, one there. Okay. So that was a rise, a downer. Turn the sustain all the way down. Okay. So, oh, you can't see it here, but it's using global sampler to copy my recordings. And so we've got a couple different sound effects here. So I think we'll just find the peak of this, I think is here, and line that up. I'll put this on its own track. Probably have one of them. Back to the the preset I'm using on the synth is number 1. It's like the startup sound. Something like that, but I'll just need a longer section to do it. I think it's this long. Bear, your question about articulations. Yeah, what is it about reticulate you don't like? You can always use multiple tracks and have the instrument load different articulations, and just that instrument has that, like a different track for each play style. The the pain comes from when you are quickly changing the performance, like going from pizzicato to sustained, especially like within the same measures. Having to switch tracks, switch MIDI editors to do that is a pain. Versus with Reticulate, you just double click at the edit cursor position um, on the interface, and it will insert that change. I haven't used it enough to be frustrated with it, just because I'm frustrated with the whole thing. I just don't have ideas that translate to orchestral arrangement or anything. Like you can see here, like this basic bitch stuff that I write right now. But yeah. Let's see what we have anyways. All right, so something needs to be coming in here, especially to clean up this transition. This gets... It's that situation where there's no reverb on the beginning of this first note. Yeah, kind of always a problem. Let's glue this. And all of this needs a bit of humanizing. Oh, that's terrible. Maybe timing 2%. No, that's worse. Yeah, that's the problem. Changing chords twice as fast. Hello, Aunt Rave. Welcome. How about some reverb for the drums? That would make sense, right? And to keep this sounding nice and retro, we're going to use reinsert. Go out to the Elises. And what preset do I like? Let's do 98. Okay, and then we'll take let's take kick and all the others. And maybe less kick. Why is it? It's amazing what a little bit of 80s reverb can do. Maybe this is early 90s. I don't know, but so that's preset number 98. I've got a list of ones that I like. 87. I can clip it as well. That's how it sounds if I clip it. Number 25. Or number 15. I think it's an interesting sound. It's called short chamber chorus. But I can edit it so that tighter. feedback. I want more snare though, and a bigger reverb for the snare. So I'm going to make a new track. And what am I doing? Receives from the snare. And okay, so it's going to go into this rack here, which is the TC Electronic G sharp. Which the bypass, it's getting a signal, it's just not echoing yet. This one's called Club. I'll probably just do it with the reverb. All right, and then how about some overall compression? There's a great 80s snare reverb in the MIDI Verb 2. I would imagine it has one too. I think I went through all the presets, and of the like 4 that I liked the most on drums, I don't think a gated one was on the list. Let's get some like tape effect. Not delay tape. Dirty tape. Too much, I think. %. All right, and then instrument bus. Oops, not duplicate. Copy those into there. I should probably send these, although these sweeps have some effects right from the synth. These are, it's funny. It's renamed these as kick drum. Let's fix that. Rename file. These should probably go into that same big drum reverb. I think that'll help. What I was saying, about the while you were in the ad break was I'm gonna send that into the G sharp because while it has reverb and effects on it from the synth, it doesn't have mix effects. And then I'm not looking at my control surface, and I changed all the levels. I'm gonna pull everything down. Everything down. Okay. Let's start. Oh, I put the master down too. Don't want that. Okay. Start with the synth bus up. And I'll bring the reverbs to like, I don't know, -6 or something. And I will start with the hi-hat, I guess. I'm not sure about this sound. I don't know if the timing's just slightly off. Or it's the wrong notes completely. Hi-hat's just like always too loud. Did I completely mess up the mix or make it better? I don't know. God, that coffee's ice cold. It doesn't build right. Everything comes in here. So like I could do region copy, and then maybe this bass comes out, these come in. It's a little less claustrophobic now. It's just, there's some space. And this one can actually be a lot louder now. And this is just going to be like a, I don't know, eighth note hi-hat pattern. That really changes the feel. Oops, keep doing that. Mashing the keyboard. I don't know. It's not good. I know it's not good, but we did it. Yeah, I don't know. What should we talk about next? What should we do next? We could do a official Q&A period. I don't know how to do that button. Button's not in OBS, of course. You think it's great? It's just okay. It doesn't make me excited. Twin Tribes has a new album out today, and it's so 80s, it's so goth, it's really well done. Yeah, like, I mean, what I wanted to do was show off the script, and it's totally broken for making multiple patterns. So I don't know what to do about that until that's fixed. Yeah, I could have used the NVK's script a bit more for adding things to the song, but I didn't. Okay. I don't know if I can film this. All right, so in this camera angle, just adjust this a little bit. You can see that I've got a drawer for my X-Touch, and this was a modification of a keyboard drawer. And it's hard to explain what the problem was before, but I got to shoot a proper video of this. I can't explain it on stream without showing you the parts in detail. But essentially, it's a basic keyboard drawer, but to make it accommodate the X-Touch, it needs to be flipped upside down. The brackets go downward. The wood is attached on the bottom instead of sitting on top of the frame. But when you do that, that makes the X-Touch sit too far forward. So what I had to do was split the difference between where the screw holes were. And my dad had the suggestion of just moving the drawer back one slot, but that was a bit too far. So when it pulled out, there was a gap. It would actually pull out further than was needed. So I just split the difference. So by default, the knobs would be too far forward. And then when you adjust to the holes behind, so it's always out forward, it was getting caught on my chair a lot because it was just like it was sitting out this much further from the table. And when it was too far than needed. So splitting the difference, finding the hole in the middle, drilling 4 new holes altogether, that puts the X-Touch in basically the right spot. And then to keep it in place, I know it wobbles a bit. That's just the nature of these things. There's a bit of Velcro underneath, and this keeps it from sliding because the original keyboard drawer has a thing that keeps your cables managed and keeps these things from falling off the desk. But just a bit of Velcro strips on the bottom of this, and then there's extra room here. So I've got my got my mic volume interface here. Touch it for mute. And that's one less thing on my desk. I'm glad at least this $2.50 webcam works. So yeah, I would say this is probably about as good as you can get for hiding the X Touch when it's not in use and having it available. The thing is, you got to pull your chair back. So when I'm typing, I'm like up here, but when I'm mixing, I have to just sit back here. But it's nice. It's a huge improvement over having the X Touch on the desk all the time and having my keyboard in the drawer. Because I would drop things onto the X Touch. I would be worried about spilling my coffee on it, anything like that. So I think I bought this keyboard drawer originally because I had two keyboards on my desk, two keyboard and mouse for the two different computers. So this drawer is made by I don't know, it's an Amazon product. It's not Movo, it's something like that. I think my I don't know. Desks and fixing stuff on or under them, always messy and never really how you want it to be. Yeah, I've been really enjoying mounting things to the desk. I mean, this is a desk that I made myself, so I don't care if it like I know that it's built kind of to last, but I can always have the option of just drilling another hole and making something custom. So I've got my headphone amp mounted under the desk. Maybe you could see that. Maybe you didn't realize that. So headphone amp is right there. And what else do I have? Headphone hanger goes here. And so like I don't mind making some changes like that. The only other change on my desk is I've moved my keyboard back further away. Or, not my keyboard, my screen is a bit further away. Because the closer the screen is to the lens, the less it's in the shot, so I can actually lower my camera a bit. But I don't think it's quite right. I still can't get the camera like right where I want it without, other issues. Got a Logic Control old MCU with updated MCU Pro chip in it. There's no way that would fit on a keyboard drawer. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, the old MCUs were huge. The X Touch is huge. But yeah, I guess compared to digital mixers and the even older systems, yeah, it's pretty small, I guess. Davi says, did see an ad on Instagram, some company doing cool stuff for hiding stuff on the desk with even USB headphone holders and stuff. Looked cool. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that, but I have seen like custom like wood panels and racks and stuff for pedals and for hardware and stuff. You should wear it like a baseball popcorn salesman. Yeah, just like strap it to me like shoulder straps for the X Touch. I mean, it's not a terrible idea, I guess. If you're mixing in headphones, there's no reason you need to sit down. You could walk around. Is it keys on the side of the mouse? This mouse it's not going to focus there, but this is the Corsair Scimitar Pro, which I think is probably discontinued, but it has 12 buttons on the sides, and then a few on the top as well. Pretty comfortable mouse. I don't remember why I bought it exactly. I think it was cheap, and it has the buttons. This section here can actually be unscrewed, and you can shift it forward and backward, which pretty nice little customization. And like everything has like RGB, and there's different profiles. The Corsair IQ software is awful. It's one of the worst pieces of software I use on a regular basis. It's constantly crashing. But yeah, in Reaper, I'm using it for like a lot of the editing shortcuts that I do. So like, and some of them I combine with Shift or Control and things like that. So same finger press, but I don't have to move my, yeah. The goal is to not have to move my hand off the left side of the keyboard or take my hand off the mouse when I'm working. Razer makes a similar mouse, but the Razer Synapse software is also pretty terrible. And Logitech probably has something with multiple buttons, not as many. Yeah, Davi, I don't know. There was an update for IQ that there's one update that you had to. It notified you of an update, but it wouldn't auto install. You had to go and download a new version. I've got a Razer keyboard and a Corsair mouse, and I don't run any of the Razer software. Maybe this is something that's interesting. If I have a profile that's overhead plus screen, I do. I wish I could like, I don't know, move it to the side or something like that. All right, so this keyboard's getting pretty beat up, especially this thing. But because I don't run any software for the keyboard, the lights don't turn on it. So you can get this free software called OpenRGB. And I think it was probably someone from the Discord that told me about this, or may have been on stream, but super useful software for controlling RGB on any of the compatible devices. And there's a shitload of compatible devices. Like pretty much everything, right? Pretty much everything is available here. And you can change specific keys to specific colors with breathing and stuff like this. So you can see like the colors cycle and yeah. So all this stuff with this free software, and once you get it started, just quit it. Like, I don't know. I usually use direct and I just press on white or green or whatever. I don't care that much, but sometimes it helps in low light to see. Yeah, these load profile things did break a while ago, but yeah, I usually just keep it on like white and then quit the app. And then it stays on until I turn off the computer. You think live mixers actually do that? I think some people use iPads for sure. CSI looks good, but a lot of work. with the X-Touch, it's not a lot of work, luckily, because it's one of the most popular controllers. If yours is actually like an MCU Pro, I think there's one built. Hey, Mike, how's it going? We're just hanging out today. Not really doing anything. Wrote a song, sorta. Tried to demo some scripts. Didn't work. It works with MCU Pro settings on Driven by Moss. CSI V3. I mean, if you're happy with Driven by Moss, just stick with it. There are certain things that I couldn't customize with that I wanted to. Or it's already built into the layout with what was it? With CSI. So I think if I remember correctly, Driven by Moss, you can only assign the knobs to effects, and with CSI, you can assign anything. It auto maps to the first 8 parameters, map to the first 8 knobs, and then you can press the Shift and Alt and such to go to the next page. But you can also customize per device or per software plugin custom maps, which I haven't really done. I haven't needed to. What about CSI Miami? I see MCU, I think Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's fine. One day I will figure out how to assign the knobs on that controller thingy I bought to insert whatever plugin is on screen. If you haven't tried yet, yeah, it's fine. There's actually so many different ways of doing it. There is, if I remember correctly, you got the Native Instruments one. There's one called Recontrol, which I haven't used. You can get it in Repack, I believe. I don't have the hardware, so I can't use it. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways to assign it. You can assign them just like save the plugin with a certain MIDI mapping for each of the knobs that you need to assign, or you can use Relearn, you can use Recontrol, you can use Driven by Moss, you can use CSI, you could use some other one. Native Instruments 25 key with some knobs and pads. Yeah. If you are inserting the effects through the Complete Control plugin, then it'll be automatically mapped, and it will show you the parameter names on the screen as well. Davi, you really want to talk about IQ? You want to get me started on IQ? So IQ is the software for my mouse. People use it for keyboards and lights and shit from Corsair. What I hate is everything. No, what I hate is often this menu's popped out and you can't do anything because you have to then click on key assignments. But if this is open, you can't see them. It's a very strange thing. And you would think that you choose the button and then choose what you're assigning to, but first you have to make an assignment and then click on the button that you want to assign it to. And that is constantly it's taken me years to get that organized the way that I want. And you still can't even do everything you want to do. So if you wanted something to press and wait a certain amount and press again, or to repeatedly press or hold, these are the sorts of things that are not easy in this for some reason. And then the fact that it crashes like twice a day is really frustrating. Every time there's an update, it crashes to let me know. It's so annoying. Keyboard, tower, mouse is Corsair and IQ stuff. Yeah, I only use it for the one device, so it's kind of annoying that I have to, but yeah, kind of wish I didn't have to. But not having those thumb buttons assigned is like, or not having the function switch when I change apps, I wouldn't want to be without that. Is there a way to get a plugin to open in a set place? It remembers last open space, but the first time I'd like it to open in a set place. Is this possible? Not really. I don't think so. Hey, Mike, are you at home? You want to hop on Zoom? What am I looking for? There is this option, modal window positioning, center on screen, last window position, center at mouse cursor, OS positioning. I think this is for plugins. Center on current screen. So if I go here, press Q, that's not really centered, is it? All right, I'll move this plugin here and close it. Go to this track and load. Puts it there. So I don't know. That seemed like it would... That's definitely not centered. Maybe the quarter was centered? Center on mouse cursor. Let's try that. Oh, I might actually have to restart Reaper to do that. No, it's definitely not. Is this even a modal window? I don't know. I do... What's something that's a modal window? No. No, this just always comes up to the middle. I don't know. Maybe there's another thing in here for plugins. There's this one. Effects chain positioning, modal default, cascade automatic. Loading window position, cascade automatic, modal default. Yeah, so I guess... I don't know. I would think that that makes a difference. Supposed to. So I'll do last window position. Okay, I take this. Yeah, I think because I've already used that one. Put this one here. Close that. I don't know. Okay. Meetings canceled. Me too. All right. Let's give this another listen and maybe add guitar to it. Feels like I've written that song before. The power for this Strymon pedal is weird. Sometimes it'll look like it's working, but it's not working. One minute. Wrong power supply. Okay. I still like the ARP comes in at a strange place. Very intense early and drops out quickly. You like that? Okay. Alright, obviously I need an amp in here. I don't know. Sometimes I use this SVT Classic as a guitar amp. This is the Strymon Flint. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna actually come up with anything, but I'll jam over it. Mike asked, John, have you played the Audio Assault amp locker? I freaking love the free Prestige 1959 amp as my go-to for math rock. No, I haven't. Oh, background music playing. Do you mean to play over it? There's no background music. Yeah, I'm not playing along to it because I don't know what what to play. No, I haven't used the Audio Assault plugin yet. It's on my list of things to try. Although, I feel like I have enough stuff. Right? I've got 11 guitars. I've got, I don't know, like close to 30 pedals now. I need like either a Torpedo Captor X to run my actual amp, or one of those isolation cabs. I don't like working on headphones all the time. It takes me like 2 hours to warm up, and by the time I'm warmed up and like have an idea, my head, my ears are so fatigued that I can't actually play. Let's take this section. Let me guess, the audience is now -5. I don't know how many people are watching, actually. Sign of Jason. What I want to play, my fingers won't play. I want to do some cool arpeggio, but I can't. It just won't let me. Maybe I should just lay down some basic shit like that as a start. Okay, so this will be guitar left, and out of single notes following the pattern. Nope. Not like that. I got one. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Why does it do that? This is the one I want to keep. There's this function that truncates your previous recordings or your loop recordings, but it stopped working on me. Discard. I mean, I guess this was a situation where I had done less than 50 or 90%. I'm going to set this to 49%. We'll see if that looks any better. All right. Is this okay? It's pretty rough. Oh, well. Okay, so next section. Something like that, I guess. Sure. I don't know. No preference. Okay. Yeah. So let's mash the keyboard at random. That always helps. Nope. That's two of those. Doing left and right. Recording. This one again. That's totally wrong. Do I have an undo button here? Cool. That'll work for me. And let's just go into time selection auto punch. Delete that. Keep it. All right. Last section. No idea. I keep getting like distracted for like how I'm holding my fingers. If I'm doing a simple power chord, but I'm using my little finger instead of my ring finger or my third finger. What do you call that finger? Yeah, ring finger. And then like it's just gone. Can't play. How's that? I don't know if I want to play that twice, but I'm gonna keep that and copy it, and I'll still have to play it again. I can't play the same thing for even 2 bars in a row. All right. Is everyone else like this? Is this your recording experience? I can't be the only one. No. Okay. All right. How bad is this? Not too distracting. This one kind of works. Here it's not so good. Not really working. That's all right. I don't like it. I think my involvement with this song has made it worse. Getting close to a 3-hour mark. What are we doing today? Are we doing more? I don't mind. I can do this all day. No, I'm definitely getting distracted. Or not distracted, fatigued, a little bored. I want to do what you guys want to do. If you, unfortunately, we can't both not lead this. The NVK search was the other one, but I don't know if I can really, like, what do you, I don't know. I kind of mentioned it, but I need to have like a really good list of like things to do with it, I guess. Yeah, okay. Let's try to look at that. All right. So NVK search is a script that allows you to search effects effects chains, track templates, actions, project, tracks, takes, regions, markers, folder items, like pretty much everything. It combines the effects browser with the project bay and more. So it can just show you everything. And then there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts to make this search better. So if we're only looking for effects, let's say press F. And now the list is filtered by effects. Well, actually, it's not, at this point, it's not filtered by effects, but if we just add a space, now it's only searching for effects. So if we're looking for something, let's say, I don't know, the word tube. What has the word tube in it? Amplitude, soft tube, tube drive. And so this is just browsing everything that's installed. And if we want to clear this search, we press escape. Once that clears it, and if we want to close this window, we press escape a second time. I have this assigned to Shift tilde, which is the button beside your number 1 key, below escape. And for me, this replaces a script called Quick Adder. What is it called? I thought it was called Quick Adder, but it's not. It's Is it not Quick Add? Add Fast Effects Finder. So for me, NVK Search has replaced Fast Effects Finder. Not that this is a bad script at all. It's just that this only does effects. So instead of searching the action list all the time, instead of opening the project bay and finding things, we can do it from here. So if I'm looking for, can I search for item? Insert container, no. No. Instrument is I. K is a track, take. So I can search for, this is showing me all the different takes that are in here. If I click on one of these, so let's say Poly D004, that will zoom me into an instance of that take, I guess. I don't know. There are some videos on this. There's like, you can add filters. I have something from Bertram installed. Oh, that's on the added to the item. This instance is set as a signal generator. Have I seen this before? Have we talked about this plugin? All right, so let's add in another plugin, such as Beat Slammer from Baby Audio. And then we add in another EQ curve analyzer. And so that is what this plugin is doing. Okay, cool. I don't remember why I got that. And NVK Create is not cheap. Nope, not cheap. The scripts don't abide to screen sets. I don't know. Sorry to hear that, Chris Butler. Hope you feel better soon. Since Christmas, my wife's been sick like 3 times, different illnesses. Yeah. I don't think I've bought any plugins or downloaded anything recently. No, I don't think I have. So like probably the last thing was Refract from Arturia, and we did 2 videos on the UVI workstation stuff. Snap Heap got an update, or I guess all the Kill Hearts plugins got an update. Let's search for F and then Kilo. What was one that had a problem? Dynamics? Did it go somewhere? Maybe. I didn't have a track selected, maybe. There we go. So this had a problem with waveforms. Yeah, this is fixed. There was a problem that I was having where like the gain reduction meters wouldn't move unless you're hovered over mouse. Like if the tooltips were showing something like that, you had to be moving your mouse for the peak display to actually work. And that was happening in most of the Kilohertz plugins outside of Snap Heap. It's kind of weird. And Rave, you bought a bunch? Cool. Yeah, I got so many, like, I got 3 new pedals and a new bass at Christmas time. And then right before that, I bought the drum machine and another, the hardware reverb, the 2 Yamaha things. So, like, I had already so much to play with. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think about it. Or I haven't thought that much about plugins. Like, nothing really interested in me. I was just thinking about all the plugins that I own that I don't use. Like, I'm still not using Soundtoys plugins all that much. Even just thinking of, like, what plugins did I buy? The Soundtoys Superplate, I think, is the one and only plugin that I bought last year in 2023. I think that was the only plugin I bought. I may have bought an Isotope update. Maybe. You bought a Lewitt 440. Nice. Yeah. I mean, last year I bought so much stuff. Everything on my left side here was last year. Moog Mavis, Yamaha RX-17, Behringer Poly D, Korg, Volca Sample, the Behringer RD6 drum machine. This lamp, this this webcam, this GoPro. And on this side of my desk, nothing. The RX, the what is it called? Rex 50. Got that. I don't know. Oh, my sample rate changed. Why did that happen? Oh well. All right, I'm gonna risk changing the sample rate. Can you hear me now? All right. That seems to be working now. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, but I was going to say, come on. I don't know how much. I think it was the sample rate change. Okay, so I was saying a lot of YouTubers are talking about quitting or they're changing their content. And one person had an interesting take on this, and it was from Drusive. So we're going to watch this.
A lot of videos lately about YouTubers quitting, talking about how it's just getting to be too much, and they're taking on things that they don't want to be taking on, and I kind of had a realization from that. So today I'm here to say, unfortunately, I'm going to be continuing to make YouTube videos. It's really scary to think that this thing that I've been working on for 17 years, that number makes me want to throw up. I'm going to be continuing, waking up each morning and not knowing what I'm going to do. So it'll just be the same as usual. And not knowing if I'm going to be able to pay the bills, same as usual. And it's just not really a life that I want. And I think it would be nice to be able to take a step back. And so I'm not going to be doing that. And I'm going to be continuing to work as I have for the past 17 years. So don't smile because it's over. To be happy because it don't.
Yeah, so I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, I guess. Obviously, live streams aren't weekly anymore. That was a bit of an experiment last year, and I don't think it paid off. So put myself out there 50 times in live streams and was hoping that would be, new, exciting, great way to grow the community and stuff like that. It actually had a negative effect. So yeah, it definitely was not a great move for the channel. I don't regret doing it, but it was also the last year, or the worst year of 5 years or something in terms of like growth for the channel and everything like that. So made a lot less money. Cost of living went way up. And I don't mind like if AdSense goes down a bit or something like that, as long as things like Patreon and course sales and sponsored videos were like increased to even it out, but like all of those were like lower as well. So yeah, it's rough. No, I mean, I see a lot of people succeeding with streams on YouTube. But I think there's just like, I think for this community, it doesn't work to do weekly or even more often than that, I think. Yeah, we did one. I think I did one sponsor video in the past year. Yeah, there was like one Skillshare video at the end of the previous year that I did with Aria. And then there was the one, maybe two sponsor videos. There's one sponsored video, one sponsored stream, and that's it. and I probably should have been like actively looking for things, but almost every offer that I was getting for sponsors was just free product or something that's totally irrelevant to what you guys would be interested in, like a battery-powered chainsaw. Like, how am I gonna demo that and use it in musical context? Another one recently, the most recent one I can remember that wasn't clearly a scam was like a massage gun. Like, why do I need a second one? How does that relate to the thing? I had one interesting one was or not interesting. It became interesting. One was for spreadsheet software. I don't know why they thought that I would be a good channel for promoting spreadsheet software. But when I didn't reply, the lady was like negging me. It's like, don't you want $500? And yeah, that was just hilarious to me. But it's like, how am I gonna like properly integrate that into a video? There's no way. Like, Google Docs does everything you need, or on the Mac there's the Numbers app. Open Office is what I used on Windows. So there's a paid spreadsheet software is not going to be better than you guys you guys aren't into that sort of thing. I'm sure of that. So I just ignored those. But like, so many of the offers for like software and things like that, it's either not relevant or it's clearly a scam. You know, the email addresses don't match the names. The search for the company, that doesn't exist. Like the domain extension that is used for their email, I search the website, it doesn't exist, so that I don't reply. It's rough. I mean, I could put an ad for anything that is offered, but I don't think it's good. You know, it's bad for the reputation. Once you lose the reputation, once you start doing things that are sketchy, you don't do your research into companies, like, you know, like I couldn't do the what was that? HelloFresh. Supposed to do a HelloFresh ad, or a bunch of them last year, and I didn't do those. I backed out of that just because I couldn't, like, didn't feel like I could naturally integrate that, and I didn't want to just do an ad read, and I didn't want to have to shoot a bunch of B-roll and stuff like that. And in addition to that, they wouldn't send me like free stuff along with it. So like, I would have to like buy it for my own money, and then, like, you know, I'm like spending more than the ad budget, basically. So no go for that. YouTube wants to be fed up with so much content. The short 15 second shorts. Yeah, I don't know. This year, I have to make a new course because I didn't do a new course last year or the year before. I didn't do a new course, I guess, since 2020. Or 2019 was when the video course launched. 2020, like, was a very big year for income on the blog. And 2021 was pretty good as well. 2022 was pretty bad. 2023 was terrible. And this year, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. So we're definitely doing a new course, which means like less videos throughout the week, probably. But Yeah, it's tough because there's so much good, like, top quality free content. It's tough to like really do a good, interesting course that people want to pay for. And I actually last year I didn't even do like a Black Friday sale, and that was a huge. Really should have Black Friday or Christmas or birthday sale or something like that. I should have just done that because it's just like, yeah, all the years that I do that, I'm like, yeah, that was so easy. I should have done that. But last year I was over it all. I just didn't kind of hated all that stuff. But yeah. But it's it's painful now, I guess. All right, I think we're going to wrap up here. It's 12:10 p.m. here. 3 hours and 10 minutes. I've bought paid courses that were worse than YouTube. So I want to make sure that what I put out is the best quality I can. And over the years, I've probably recorded and thrown away 3 of them. But yeah. All right. So we are, we're going to end here. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining the stream for 3 hours, some of you. What's the course about? I don't know. Setting up Reaper the REAPER.BLOG way, maybe. I wanted to do a synthwave production course and even have some collaboration with artists. I don't know if that's just too ambitious. The thing is, you need to have like a good song to record, I think, or in my mind you do, but you know, sometimes I just overthink it. Sometimes you can just put out anything that, sometimes the lower the quality, sometimes there's just exponential returns on a lower quality sort of production. I don't know. But I am trying. I was here 130 hours, I think, last year streaming, in addition to putting up videos. Had over 100 uploads. Yeah, that strategy did not work out. Yeah, I would like to, course on music production using Reaper specific tools and things. Yeah. Oh well. That's it for this one. Thank you all. Thank you patrons. Thank you. Thank you patrons. Thank you channel members. If you want to support the channel, there is a link there below the video. That's $5 to sign up. You get access to uncut streams from last year. You get the patron show from 2020, exclusive sample packs and things like that. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it.